Welcome back. We've successfully deployed and tested Jupyter, and this time we're going to be trying to deploy and test Galaxy. So in order for us to deploy Galaxy correctly, we have to create several environment variables. We'll begin with the first one, which is to have a Galaxy password. So if you see here, export Galaxy admin password, Nuruddin, that's my first name, just for demonstration purposes. Perhaps also create an environment variable for Galaxy admin email, galaxyadmin@gmail.com. That's a fake address. I don't know whether it exists or not. And by the way, regarding environment variables, feel free to put them into your .bash profile or bash rc file so they can exist after you restart. And then I'd like to go now inside the cloud deploy KubeNow bin subfolder. Before I mentioned this generate Galaxy API script before, and what we're going to do here is we're going to use it to generate a Galaxy API. So if we have a look now, we've got this Galaxy API key. If we display the contents, then I'm sorry, display the contents, that's what it looks like. So we need this when we actually deploy Galaxy. So what we're going to do here is we are going to create another environment variable basically to point to this file. And as you can see, what I'm doing here is I say export Galaxy API key equals cat, and then I use this portal app repo folder, this environment variable that I created before, which actually points to this cloud deploy KubeNow folder. So if I just show you the contents of this environment variable, then it points to the cloud deploy KubeNow, and then we say just cat the contents of the Galaxy API key file, save that in this environment variable, right? So if I echo that, then we've got the key stored there. And then another environment variable we'd like to have is a variable to point to this file. So if I do ls KubeNow, we see this inventory file. We need to have an environment variable to point to this file. So let's do that. We're going to call it Ansible inventory file. One second, please. So I can just copy it quickly. So what I'm doing here, I'm saying export Ansible inventory file equals, and then give it the full path to your KubeNow, and then the inventory file, it's my home directory. So that's it. And then if we actually display the contents of that file, just quickly have a look in there, then we find for the master we have the Ansible host is going to be the local host. The port is 3001. We spoke about that when we spoke about the Vagrant file right at the beginning. And then the Ansible user is Vagrant. And then I see here something like Ansible SSH private key file. And then it has a path /home /inside /KubeNow /.vagrant machines KubeNow all the way. So this is a private key of the master, and we'd like to have an environment variable that basically points to that. So we're going to call it private key equals, and then it points to the private key. So if I try to echo that private key, then it's got the right value. Okay. Apart from that, we're ready to actually deploy Galaxy. Let me show you this longish command. So let's try and explain it first. What we're doing here, oh, by the way, no. Before actually we do that, we need to go into KubeNow first, right? We do that inside KubeNow, and then sudo Ansible playbook -i. So we pass it the Ansible inventory file, the environment variable we've just created, and then the domain that we created when we deployed Jupyter. So it's still there, this environment variable. It says phenomenal.local. And then the Galaxy admin password equals Galaxy admin password we created. These are environment variables -e as you can see. Galaxy admin email, we pass it the environment variable we created for the email. And then the API key, we give it the Galaxy API key, right? And then we say ---- key file, and then we give it the private key file that we've basically the environment variable we created to point to the master node's private key. and then just the path to the playbooks and then galaxy.yaml inside deploy KubeNow, cloud deploy KubeNow the directory, right? Hit enter, shouldn't be long, and Galaxy should be deployed, right? So it's deployed. One thing we can do now is we can log in into the master node via SSH and then check the Kubernetes cluster status. So in order to do that, we do sudo vagrant SSH KubeNow -master -01, and we should be there. And then to be able to see what's running, we do kubectl for kube control, get pods --all namespaces, hit enter, and now we should be able to see Galaxy, as you can see there, Galaxy K8s, that stands for Kubernetes, K8s, and then the status is pod initializing. That'll take a couple of minutes. The idea here is that it's going to basically pull down or download the Galaxy image from Docker Hub, so that'll take a few moments. But we can actually have more detail about that pod by doing kube control describe pod, and then give it this pod name, and we should have more details. The same thing we had when we deployed Jupyter, right? A lot more details here. Maybe more details about Galaxy itself, details about the state. So it says here initialize true, ready true, and the state about which node it's gone to. So it's gone to KubeNow node 04, the worker 04, and so on and so forth, right? So in the next video, we're going to see how we can test Galaxy using our web browser. Let's stop here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.